Hey guys, today we're gonna take a look at the second best character to play in Critter Crash, which is Jenisei. Let's first of all take a look at her passive ability that says after the purchase of 3 Lushu, transform into red-tailed striped horse that grants a shield to all Lushu. Her Urimo says that every single round you gain a level 1 Lushu in the reward slot. Lushu is a horse with stat line 1-1, but there is a little bit more to it, of course, otherwise Jenisei wouldn't come in as the second best character to play in the entire game. You could even make an argument for her to be rank number 1, but we will talk about that more when we talk about our actual rank number 1. Now let's get into play and see how to play Jenisei. That is very simple and straightforward. Honestly, it couldn't even be more simple than that. So everyone who will pick Jenisei and understand a little bit what she is about and what you have to do, which kind of explains itself honestly if you read her Urimo and her passive ability. But let's go over it. So you start your match off. You are not bound to anything, not to a specific typic like aquatic. You have freedom and you can do whatever you please until your Urimo joins the fray, which is really fast. You can see already on turn 2 your Urimo actually comes into play. I forgot to grab the reward that I had there. I should have grabbed the reward before I opened the Urimo, but honestly it doesn't even matter. Now we gain a level 1 Lushu in the reward slot every single turn, and this is insane, and yeah, you will see why. Let's keep playing, and now we unlock our first Lushu. Here it is. This is the 1-1 horse that I was talking about. It says when you purchase this, you grant +2 attack, +1 HP permanently to all Lushu on the field. And you can see where this is going, as we get a free Lushu every single turn. Now there is a piece that you should reroll for before you actually purchase the Lushu. So let's do that. There is a piece that you can put into the middle here, and that triggers all purchase effects twice. This is what you look for. Additionally, that whenever you reset your monster dock here, you gain the chance of finding a Lushu, right? So you can have 2 Lushus, 3 Lushus per turn even. That would of course speed up your process of filling the entire field with Lushus. So we're gonna do exactly that. We have 6 coins, now we have 5. Okay, this is a piece here, as I said in my previous video, the mineral carbuncle that you will buy every single turn, every time you can, no matter what. Now it raises the question a little bit. Should we go for a second Momus, or should we just keep rolling to find a potential Lushu or a piece that we are looking for the middle? I honestly prefer to always gamble, right? See, in the end we want to establish a board full of Lushus anyways, so we don't need to buy any pieces whatsoever. And see, we actually got a little bit lucky this time, and we found a Lushu. Now we have 2 Lushus per turn. This is exactly what I was just talking about. Boom. Now on turn 2 we have 2 5/5 pieces already on the board, and they will grow stronger and stronger every single turn now. Another very good piece is this one right here, the Tooth Spirit, because as you can see, this is a mine piece that grants a top hat to all allied mine pieces. Guess what the Lushus are? They are mine pieces, so you would grant them even more stats. So what you want to do is you locked this selection so that next turn we have enough coins to buy this tooth spirit. And then we go ahead and battle, of course. And you see, this is a process that will repeat itself now every single turn. And we will like be up to speed that our enemies cannot keep up with. It is impossible. Every single turn, all of our horses will always be buffed by at least +2/+2, and we gain another horse every single turn, you know what I mean? So now what we want to do is we want to play the Lushu. Of course, this time we're gonna play it without re-rolling, because we want to buy this tooth spirit to grant all our horses +1/+1. And you can see we are in turn 4 and we have 3 10/10 pieces on the board. And remember, they grow and grow and grow. Now it is time to re-roll further to maybe find the piece that we want in the mid. In case we wouldn't find the piece for our mid lane, I will show you what the piece is that I'm talking about after this match. Here, yeah, okay, this is a mine. He only gains 2 top hat. He is useless for us, right? We don't want to buy any pieces that don't buff our horses, right? Or support us through the mid lane. So we're gonna keep re-rolling. Here, nothing helps us. Here, nothing helps us. We have still 3 points left. We can keep re-rolling, and in case we would find something that we like, we could then save it to buy it next turn. Here, no, nothing that we want. Again, nothing that we want. And this piece. Okay, yeah, I won't save this for next turn. I will let that go away to increase the chance of me finding a mid piece or another Lushu for myself. So we don't have anything else to do. That means we can go and head into battle. And at one point, even kind of right now already, you will be undefeatable. And your field keeps growing and growing and growing non-stop. You are very fast, unstoppable. But remember, re-roll before you pick the Lushu from the reward slot. That is always more beneficial, and it can come in clutch. This is a must-buy piece every single time. Nothing that we need. Nothing that we need. Again, like, we don't need much. We re-roll here for just very specific pieces, like 1 or 2 very, very specific pieces, and that's about it. We have another tooth spirit here, so that is what we're gonna save to buy next turn. Now we don't want to re-roll anymore, and that's why we purchase another Lushu. Boom. 4 pieces here on the board, 4 horses. In the end, our entire board will just be filled with horses. And yeah, you can see, like, we are already extremely far ahead of the curve, and it will just grow more and more and more severe as the game goes on. Here, yeah, see, again, every time you find a tooth spirit, you want to go and establish another Lushu first. Then you buy the tooth spirit. Now all the horses will be buffed. Boom. Now we re-roll and look for better stuff. Here, boxes, you always buy those. They are not too beneficial for Genisei per se, but they're still a good purchase regardless, right? We are not looking for many pieces, so we can afford to buy a box like that easily. Nothing that we want, nothing that we want, nothing that we want. A dodo. A dodo is, of course, also always, in every single case, very, very worth buying. For us, it's not a big deal for Genisei, so we're gonna skip that and just move on and keep battling with our horses. And you will see, like, we cannot lose anymore. Now, okay, this is a very, very strong enemy bot, because this duck right here, it has now on level 2, it has 6 shields. and in combination with this piece here in the back, every time I crack a shield, this guy in the back deals 3 damage to a random enemy on my board. So that came in very, very detrimental. That is also like one of the best combinations in the game that you can have, is this armor that you just saw. And I made a mistake here. And the duck for Kiparina, right? Detrimental combination. But more to that specific combination in another video. Here I made a mistake. I should have opened this box after I established my Lushu, because if I would have now chosen one of the Olimos that I got out of the box, it would overwrite the Lushu and I would therefore lose my Lushu for the turn. That is never something you would ever want, so keep an eye out for that. And again, another mistake I just made is I didn't reroll before I picked the Lushu. But anyways, this time we will refrain from actually buying the box again, so we just gonna reroll. Do we wanna upgrade our Mumus? Actually not worth it. We want our coins for other very specific pieces. I hope we can find the middle piece, just so that I can showcase what it actually is. But remember, if I don't find it, we will talk about it further after this game. Here, randomly distribute 8 +1/+1 buffs to all allied mine pieces. This is also a piece here, this one, the golden critter guard, that you can buy, because it buffs the horses. Simple as that, you see, boom. He also buffed himself actually, because he himself is a mine piece. That is very, very unlucky. Despite having 6 horses on the field, he buffed himself tremendously, which we would have preferred those buffs to go to our horses. So a little bit unlucky, but all things considered, not a big deal. So nothing to reroll for anymore, and we just gonna proceed with battling. You can see that we stay stable. We just lost 1 round because our enemy had a very, very strong combination on the field. But so do we, and we grow stronger and stronger. And we will win the game. Like, Genisei really is, if you purchase this Lushu every single turn, you cannot lose the battle. It is impossible. So we're gonna continue re-rolling. And we found another Tooth Spirit. This one right here. What we're gonna do now? We're gonna get this Lushu out on the field. Then we purchase the Spirit. And this will buff all of our horses. Here, those rewards, they don't matter at all. All of our horses got buffed by the Tooth Spirit, so we're gonna continue re-rolling for pieces that we are looking out for. This one right here, yeah, this is also a very, very, very good piece to purchase, because after the purchase of a piece with a purchase effect, which our Lushus have, we grant +2/+2 to a piece in each habitat. This will buff our horses. So this is what we're gonna buy, 100% guaranteed. We have 3 coins left. We have to get rid, in fact, of the Mumus really, really soon. So we're not gonna upgrade that either. Let's keep looking. Nothing of interest. Nothing of interest. Okay, now I can actually, I could sell this Tooth Spirit to obtain myself a better piece, a 7/7, where the shield is better than a 6/6, so that's what I'm gonna do. In case I would find another Tooth Spirit, I wouldn't use it anymore, or I would sell this piece one more time, or sell this one right here, to be able to then play the Spirit, right? But not necessary. So we're gonna continue battling. This is a very, very easy win. You see, we remain all of our HP, 23 damage to our opponent, and there we go, right? At this point, we just won. We cannot lose anymore. But in general, as I said, you cannot lose with Genisei. It is really impossible. Just buy the Lushus every single turn, and that's gonna be about it. Otherwise you gamble for pieces just for min-maxing. If your piece would become full, then you could combine the Lucius to make like one Lucius level 2 or something, right? Don't forget about that. If our field is completely full with Lucius, then we combine these pieces, these Lucius, so that we can buy another Lucius, and then, right, you will see this later on. See right here, for example, our field is full. So at this point, we wanna get rid of something. What's the piece to get rid of? It is obviously this Momus right here. So that's what we're gonna get rid of, and we're gonna establish another Lucius. Boom, there you go. We have a piece here which can upgrade one for 5. It's a little bit on the expensive side, but we can actually afford it due to us having enough coins, more than enough actually. Still, I can't find the mid piece. That happens, that's not a big deal, it would just be mid-maxing. So yeah, I mean, you see how crazy this is easily, right? Here, 18 life, 22 damage, won the fight. We have another Lucius. We can get rid of something. That would obviously be this guy right here. So I don't know why selling sometimes doesn't work. Remember though, you wanna reroll first before anything else. Have another Dodo. We can afford him, so we're gonna buy him. This is the guy that distributes. Yeah, we see we can buy him, no problem. He buffs a few of our horses, and then we can just sell him again to make space for our next Lucius. We have 5 coins, so we're gonna continue re-rolling. Nothing that we need. Okay, that's gonna be about that. Now we play the Lucius, and we're gonna go battling. And of course, we're gonna win the fight, as you will see. Our health is remained, 7 damage. Now we have the field established to a point where we don't want to get rid of something anymore. So now is the time, as I explained earlier, to combine our Lucius to level them up. Here, boom, level 2. Now I buy, yeah, see, this is what you have to skip. If this occurs, you skip. Otherwise, again, you override your Lucius. Never something you want. And you see, by combining our piece to level 2, we made space for another Lucius. And this is just a process. It will continuously recycle over and over and over and over again at this point. Here we have a piece, we can afford it, we can upgrade it, just because why not? You know what I mean? Here, let me check, let me scan for any potential upgrades. Nothing is happening. We're looking for the mid piece, we're looking for Lucius, and that's gonna be about that. So of course, we not often gonna find something at this point here. Obviously, right, you skip the 2 sprites, you don't have space anymore. For him, you don't combine Lucius to level him up, because he's too weak of a body. That would be not a good choice. Obviously, I think. And this is the one that I was talking about all this time. This is Refined Carbuncle. Now, since our Lucius grants ourselves +2/+2 to all other Lucius, and this is a purchase effect, this Refined Carbuncle here in the middle makes our purchase trigger twice. That means we now buff our Lucius not by +2/+2, but by +4/+4. Absolutely ridiculously insane. You wanna find this piece, of course, earlier than turn 9, you know, as fast as possible, as soon as possible. You want this Refined Carbuncle in the mid lane, and your Lucius will, they will be like twice as strong as they are right now. But I found him unfortunately a little bit late. I'm glad I found him better late than never to show you the piece in battle that I was talking about. And now next turn we can look what this means in action even. Here I can just skip, and of course we won the battle decisively. So now we again wanna combine a Lucius. You always wanna get one piece up to level 3 instead of having 2 pieces at level 2. by the way. That is a very, very good tip to remember as well. And another thing is, you want to pick your weakest Lushu to like rank up the strongest Lushu. So our 55 pieces here, these two are our weakest, and we want to get our level 2 to level 3. So that's what we're gonna go for. Now this purchase of this Lushu right here buffs everyone by +4/+4 instead of just +2/+2 because of this refined Carbuncle. If you are extremely lucky and you can find multiple of these refined Carbuncle for your mid lane as a mid lane piece, you will of course trigger the effect 4 times instead of 2, you know, so keep that in mind. Here we can buy this piece, the T Kettler, to level up our Lushu to level 3. Boom, splendid. This is, remember, always pretty much a skip. Always a skip. Then we reroll in hopes to find a Lushu or another refined Carbuncle, or even this guy here. We can upgrade this guy, we can upgrade this guy. Now we buy the Lushu, skip, right, skip. And we buy the Lushu, boom, +4/+4 to all other Lushus on the field. And now look at this board. This is one of the best boards like you can possibly have in this game. And another reason why Genesee is so incredibly good, right, comes in at rank 2, could even be in discussion for rank 1 honestly, is the consistency. You are not reliant on any RNG. Even if you don't find this refined Carbuncle, right, you will still win the match. You see, I found him at level turn 11. He's just a mid-max option. So you are not reliant on RNG. It doesn't matter what kind of pieces you get or something. You will always 100% of the times, 100% guaranteed win every single match you play, if you just do the few simple things that I showed you right here. You cannot lose with Genesee, no matter whatever happens. There is no RNG involved with Genesee, and that makes her ridiculous, right? If you can't lose, then I mean, what could even be better than that? You can't lose. Can there be something better? And yes, of course, this is only rank 2, and we're gonna showcase rank 1 in tomorrow's video. But now, let's end the battle and confirm that we won. Whoa, we actually won this with 1 HP, right? So see, this is very, very good. This is usually not what happens. You win every single battle decisively, right? But you can see, we got a little bit unlucky here with in terms of what our opponent had, and that we've like found the refined Carbuncle late, blah blah blah, right? We still won because we cannot lose. But this is proof there can be something better than something that makes it for you impossible for you to lose the game. So stay tuned for tomorrow, and this is like pretty hype if you ask me. But for now, that's about the video, guys. I hope that was fun and informative. If you like Reverse1999 content in general, please consider leaving a follow on my channel. I would really appreciate it. If you want me to talk about something else, like something that isn't even Critter Crash, something else in Reverse1999, whatever that is, or a specific character, like whoever it might be, I will be happy to do exactly that. So let me know in the comment section down below. But until next time, take care of yourselves, have a great day. Don't forget to join the Discord server, link to that in the description down below. And we love this game.